Welcome to the Daily Brief. Here's what you need to know for today. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and according to the CDC, Black adults visited the emergency department for mental health related concerns at a rate nearly double the national average from 2018 to 2020. Now, researchers also found racial differences around certain characteristics of emergency department visits, with Black and Brown adults more likely to wait an hour or longer to see a healthcare professional compared to white adults. Joining us now is NATALIE Patterson, Director of Training and Programs from B.E.A.M, an organization providing mental wellness resources for communities of color. Welcome to the Daily Brief, NATALIE.
Thank you so much for having us.
Tell us what B.E.A.M is.
B.E.A.M is the Black Emotional and Mental Health Collective. We are a national training, movement building, and grant making institution. We are dedicated to the healing, wellness, and liberation of Black and marginalized folks.
So, what are some of the statistics that you think the Black community needs to know when it relates to mental health and mental wellness?
Every single human being has mental health. Very often our community is uncomfortable with that language, but I think it's important to embrace it, to know that we all have it. 63% of Black folks believe that mental health conditions are a sign of weakness. And I think part of our work at B.E.A.M is to reduce that number and to help folks understand that engaging and embracing your mental health is so important to our overall wellness.
This weekend, the organization B.E.A.M was here in LA for Black Healing Remix 2023. Can you tell us about what happened this weekend?
So Black Healing Remix is our annual summit. It is a day where we get to be in celebration, get to be in community. This year we were focused on Black girls, Black women and Black girls. And so we had the privilege of being in conversation around how do we actually support Black women and girls. We also had another conversation centering Black healers and Black wellness workers around what does support mean for them. We recognize that over the pandemic, a lot of our mental health workers were on the front line helping folks navigate. And now is a perfect opportunity to think about how we can reinvigorate, how we can support them and love on them, because obviously we need them, as we saw through the pandemic when everybody was like, "Whoa, I need a therapist, child. Let me talk to somebody," right? We want to make sure that those folks who are supporting our community are actually supported, seen, and valued in the ways in which they should. We also had wellness stations throughout the space where folks could color, where folks could read, where they could write letters. We had a live muralist who did a gorgeous painting for us throughout the day. And we had make your own bouquets through a florist here in Los Angeles with Hazen. And it was just a really beautiful day of folks feeling supported, feeling seen, feeling loved. It happens once a year. And in the coming years, we will be expanding to other cities to show some love there too. But our work is national and we're all over the country throughout the year.
Do you think that within the Black community, there has been a switch with more acceptance of Black therapy and just, talking it through with somebody other than a family member or church?
I think it takes all of the things, right? I think the church is a fantastic place to have support and community and to turn to God. Fantastic. And there are folks who are navigating things that require medication, that require intense support, that require village and community care. And so I think there's a place for all of it. And I love seeing that folks are recognizing that there are so many different healing modalities, whether it's Reiki or yoga or taking a walk or doing meditation. Part of our work is to encourage folks to find whatever healing modality works for them, recognizing that therapy is one modality. It is not the totality of what support can look like. There's so many different things that can be healing for us and that can support our wellness. And I love that so many folks are beginning to embrace it, that we're having intergenerational conversations on our website, wellness.beam.community, with an opportunity. You can plug in your state and it'll tell you all the healing practitioners that are around you that have a bunch of different healing modalities that you could explore and tap into. And I would encourage folks to do that.
You are the director of programs and training at B.E.A.M. Can you tell us some of the programs and training or tutorials that B.E.A.M has to offer?
So we have so many things. We do trainings. We have emotionally intelligent leadership to reimagine and think about what do these structures look like? How could work be different? And what as leaders could we be doing to empower that and to make sure that folks are feeling safe and seen, particularly Black folks in workspaces. We have Black mental health and healing justice, which really teaches folks about the history of psychiatry, how that's impacted folks and how we're still being impacted by that. We have monthly offerings that are virtual, North Star and Heart Space, which are emotional workout gyms, is what I like to call them. It's a place to practice your skills, to learn the different tools and techniques that might be helpful to you, as well as we're pulling up in different cities all year. We're in New Orleans coming up next. We're in Brooklyn and Chicago doing week-long trainings there. And so there's so many different things for folks to be engaged with, as well as our tools and free resources on our website, which I encourage folks to check out, BEAM.community.
I'd like for you to talk a little bit about the grant opportunities that you have for Black-centered organizations.
Yes. So we have a bunch of grants. We think it is fundamental. It is not only important to support Black folks with their mental and emotional health, it is also important to put money in the hands of folks who are doing good work. And so we have the Black Wellness Innovation Fund. We have Black Girls Wellness Grant. We have the Black Parent Support Fund. We have a bunch of different grants throughout the year that we offer opportunities for organizations to be supported, individuals to be supported, and also folks who are highly marginalized in our community. And so I want to make sure that our folks, all of our folks, are being supported and taken care of. And this is one way that we can do that. We have grants all the way up to $5,000, $10,000. And as our money grows, so will our grants.
Now tell us where we can go to get all of this important and necessary information.
So you can join us at BEAM.community. You can find us on Instagram _BEAM.org, or you can go to remix.beam.community to see the replay of our event that just happened this weekend.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Natalie, and for sharing this important information.
Thank you so much for having us.
So for the latest in Black news, you want to head on over to lasentinel.net. I'm Niele Anderson, and you have just been debriefed.